I'm going to show you how to install corrugated panels on your buildings. So let's go. Hi, I'm Tom Kovichak, and I've been working on this Bar Mills Scale Model Works kit for a little while now, and I just finished the shed part of it. Let's take a look at what this thing looks like right here. So there's the one side, and we'll turn it over onto the other side right here. We'll see what kind of process it is to get it to look like this. Let me show you this in a different light because I had the real bright light on for assembling it, so this may look a little better like this. So that's the one side right there, and here's the other side right here. So not bad. Well, here's some stuff that Bar Mills has. They've had it for a while, and I think it's actually made by Northwestern, but it's pretty good. It's paper and it's corrugated, and what I did was I primed these sheets here. I primed 4 of them for the shingles on the roof panels. Now I'm leaving these off, and I'm going to put the corrugated sheets on these before I actually attach it to the roof, because this is pretty delicate, and I know that I would probably destroy this if I had to do it while it is on the roof. But I'm going to do it like that. I also did 2 of them for the fence, but since we're putting a stencil on the fence, I did one side in white and the other side in gray. Actually, I primed the whole thing and then did a white, and what I do is put the stencil on it and spray over top of it, and then pull the stencil off, and then you have your lettering on your fence in white. I did something similar on an older kit. It was a wooden fence, and you could see the results here. I said fish here. I made my own stencil on that. This is what it ends up looking like with the white underneath, and then you spray over top of the stencil. So this is what we're looking for with the corrugated fence. Now I still have this in plastic. Once I get finished with the shingles, with the roof, I'll start working on the fence. But basically what I have to do is I'm going to be using different colors on here. And you remember the shingles that I did, some time ago. It might have been 1.5 years ago, or maybe even almost 2 years ago, when I was doing a live stream. I showed you how to do the shingles, and basically this is the same thing. We're going to use 4 different colors here. We're going to use the silver gray, we're going to use rusted pipe, we're going to use silver, and we're going to use graphite. And we're just going to make streaks through this material right here, and then cut it into approximately 3/8 of an inch strips, which is about that wide. That is actually 7 foot right there in HO scale. Let's get started with that right now. I'm going to start this off with silver, and mainly because this is the thinnest of them all. This is really running. Okay, I think we're gonna let that dry, and once it's dry, we'll cut it up into little strips, and we'll put it on the top. We'll put it on the roof sections and see what they look like. And then obviously wherever we have a cut, we're gonna have to touch up a little bit, and we'll probably do that with either a small brush or some chalks, and then spray it with a matte finish. See what that looks like right there. And remember, it's going to be cut into like 3/8 inch strips. I set my chopper up for 3/8 of an inch so I could make easy work of cutting these panels out. Let me show you what it looks like here. I just have it set at 3/8 of an inch and then just chop it. So that makes it a little bit easier than trying to measure each one of them and cutting them with the X-Acto blade with a straight edge. You just come over here and use this chopper right here, and it makes life a lot easier. All right, I have all of them chopped. Okay, here is a 2.5 foot one in scale HO. I moved it out right in between 3/8 and a half inch, closer to a half inch, and it came out to 3 foot 3 inches HO scale. One of them, I had one left over, came out to 4 foot, so I just left it at that. But most of them were short ones at the end, you know, where I had small pieces, and those will, you know, just go. If I have to use them on the edge of a roof panel somewhere, I could use those also, or just scrap in the yard. But here's my pile of the 2.5 foot ones, and here's my pile of the 3 foot 3 inch ones, and we're good to go. I'll start putting them on the roof panels. I'll show you what that looks like when I get finished with the first roof panel. There it is right there. Now we'll have to touch it up a little bit, the edges and stuff like that, and then make some of the weathering match everything on the roof. But that's what we have so far. I just have to set this down and weigh it down a little bit and let the glue dry on it. We'll wait for that to dry, and it's time to call it a night, and we'll work on it a little bit tomorrow. Now I have all of these in here. Okay. Now I'm going to let this dry, and then I'm going to trim off the excess on the sides, and then I'm going to paint graphite on the bottom, and then get all the edges over here on these edges that I cut off of the panels. I'll either put them in rust, and I have to do it on these yet also, but as you can see on the bottom, I painted the bottom of the cardstock black. What I'll do is I'll weigh this down, and we'll let this sit. How's that? Doesn't matter, it's a square. Once again, we're waiting on the glue to dry. So normally when that happens, I would find something else to do, like paint in on the rust and stuff like that, or add some more weathering. I still have to put India ink on all the wood on here, but since we had a long day and I'm just doing this late at night just to get a little bit further in this video, I'm just going to leave it like that, save it for the next day, and we'll finish this up and I'll show you the finished product. And you probably already seen the finished product in the beginning of the video. I give you a reveal there so you could watch the rest of it and see how I did that. See how that works? Oh my goodness. We're going to wrap this up with some photos of the entire build. So what would a module project be without a view of the module cam? And there we go. I have all the pieces set up. Down there on the module, I still have a little bit of weathering to do on it and add some signs to the top and put the chimney in place, and that will be done whenever I finish this up, because this right here is going right next to it. Shaw Ridge Equipment and Supply. So once I finish this thing up right here, which I'm starting on today, that'll all go on like a mini scene, a diorama on the module. So here comes the photos. And until the next time, we'll see ya.